His live Thursday night, 45 seconds prior to we thought we were going to go.
See how we start early every time?
Intro. That was the old classic King of the Hill intro redone for 2.0, which we're going to do tonight. But fellas, before we get into that, cheers to y'all.
Cheers.
Into that, gentlemen. It's good to
Good
see you,
Thursday.
boys.
Everybody's back at the bar.
What's with the colored glasses tonight?
Well, this is a leftover from a short earlier.
Yeah, why are you guys drinking that stuff for?
Well, I refilled it.
Victoriana, right?
That's what I got.
Oh, okay.
That's
I got
Sean was
Daffodil.
drinking. Yeah,
No,
he poured
see,
it.
the thing is, if you're going to do the King of the Hill, you have to have a balanced whiskey to start so it doesn't overpower the subsequent King
We got to
of the
give
Hill.
them
I
all
see.
a fair
Sounds
shake.
like a noob.
Sounds like something tactical.
I'm a dummy, right? I don't know what I'm doing.
Ah, come on,
You want
man.
some ice on that?
Oh man.
It's fine. If you need ice, it's okay. I'm not mad at you.
I got water. Is that enough? No.
Yes, it is.
All right. What you got, Drew? You were saying something and we
No, it's all
interrupted.
good. That's what it's all about. Welcome to the show tonight. Tonight we are bringing back a good classic, the old King of the Hill series. Do you guys remember doing that?
It
was
takes a
fun.
while.
It's been a minute.
This is a long game.
It's an investment.
You've added a twist, though.
Yeah, this is a different game.
So this year we're going to be doing some refreshes, if you will, but we're also expanding beyond Scotch. This is going to be, as tonight, we're doing Scotch versus Scotch, but we're also doing a bourbon versus bourbon. And then Irish is coming into play. We may do some India. We're going to do some
This
all
sounds
kinds
like a
of
whiskey
stuff.
for dummies coming on.
It kind of is in a sense, but we're gonna. It's a fun series where we just kind of go battle head to head, and they're blind. We've already got them poured, and we'll get into instructions a little bit. But it's a fun series to see who wins. And I'll tell you, I remember it was like a year and a half we did it, and it was some serious surprises that came out of this. Like the La Santa was a
that
big
killed
surprise.
it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And there's a couple other ones, but I mean, it's a fun series.
It should be even more fun when you start adding the other whiskeys in, right? So like when we get
new
into the
to us.
bourbons or the Irishes or world whiskeys, because eventually this will all come to a head, and you're going to see where we have to start mixing them. And bourbons will head off against Scotches, we'll head off against Irishes,
Yeah, that's going to
because
be tough.
that we're going to have to find out who the king is.
So this is Highlander rules, right?
It can be only
be
one.
right.
It can only be one.
I'm sure we'll have some music to say as much.
Heck
And
yeah.
so once we get down there, how are we going to decide how we do the pairings?
Don't be so analytical now.
We're gonna
It's too early for that.
Or are we
We're
just
gonna-
going to figure it out?
So we're going to actually, so we're just kicking off tonight, and we have a bigger plan. It's just not completely fulfilled yet as far as what we're going to do. But we're going to get our patrons involved. We're going to do inventory of what we have here, and we're going to be buying some stuff as well. But our patrons are going to help suggest. You don't know yet, but you're going to be helping suggest bottles
Right. You're
for the
in on
King of the Hill
this.
series.
Ta-da!
we need your help.
Hello. And we're going to refresh stuff. I mean, I would think we'll probably see some comebacks from the old King of the Hill. I mean, there's
I would hope
some
so.
staples out
Yep.
there for that. But we're going to be doing all kinds of fun stuff. And eventually, you said it earlier, this is an investment. This is going to take some time. So a lot of our live shows going forward will be mostly around King of the Hill series, I would imagine, for a while. Maybe some shorts, maybe some other things as well. But it's one of those things where we're going to just start off and keep doing these. And then eventually we're going to build a bracket. And it'll come to a head probably by the end of the year, I think, is what we're
hope so,
going to
yeah.
plan to do.
Right.
All right.
It'll probably take that long.
I would think so.
But the patrons have to be involved. They gotta help us get through this and make the suggestions in the next battles. Because I mean, some of them, like you said, starting are going to be easy. Some of your big hitters are going to come out and they're going to try and take over and stand on top for a while. But eventually, we're going to have to get some newcomers in there.
That's right.
Yeah, White Walker versus
Fresh
Scotch
blood.
Blue.
White Walker.
Versus Scotch Blue. It'd be great. It'd be a great combination.
Let me know what day to miss.
Can they both lose?
So the high level
That's a
rules.
good question.
High level rules are basically
No rule for you.
one enters the ring, what to enter, one leaves. All four of us have to guess. That's the thing. Every once in a while, we may do a 3 dummy, but at least 3 dummies have to be in this to go
to
forward.
do a king.
To do a
right,
king. If there is a tie, then we'll do a face-off, or maybe Dr. Scotch will make an appearance and cast his vote. Who knows?
That's a great
Usually
idea.
there's not a tie, but we'll figure that when we get there. And then
Yeah.
honestly, it's going to be one of those things. We'll just kind of figure it out as we go, but it's going to be fun. I'm excited.
All right.
Well, let's back up and say hi to everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Who's all in this evening? I'm looking at the screen and I look a little better than last week. I like that.
Yeah, last week you were kind of zoomed in.
I felt like what was Zod? Is that who they were saying? I look like Superman's uncle or whatever, trapped in that piece of glass.
It was a little awkward.
That is kind of funny.
But so we got Steve and Tom. Hi, Tom. Joe's here. Brian M. Good evening,
Good evening,
Brian.
Brian. Good to see you again.
And Ethan and his wife.
Ethan, yeah.
Kim,
Kim's in.
I hope
Kim.
you're feeling better. The fact that you're in the chat tells me you are.
By the way, their latest podcast.
Oh,
Yeah, I just saw
yes.
that.
Let's make a
Tom
mention of
Marsden's
that. I
in
haven't
there.
listened to this yet, but Spirit Enthusiast has episode 4 out.
I believe it's a rum.
Yes, a special guest from Florida that's big into the rum.
I think I heard
Oh,
Tom
yeah.
R. paid them quite a bit of money to get a rum.
Yeah, I mean,
or something.
you're only 4 episodes in and you're already going to rum? Come on.
Kim's going to cut you.
Just gonna cut you like a knife. Come on.
Let's see. Malt
Hey, Chuck.
Minion and, yeah. Let's see who else there.
Ellen.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a
Okay,
good
so
group.
okay.
Chris.
See, Tom R. is expecting a rum versus rum now as
Right.
part of the. Now,
Of
this is a
course.
whiskey King of the Hill, not a spirit King of the Hill. Because we could get vodkas. We could get,
Come on.
cinnamon vodkas in here.
No,
cinnamon
no, no.
whiskeys?
They're all whiskeys, and they're going to be. It's
Okay,
going to be the
cinnamon
major
whiskeys?
stuff. I mean, listen: bourbon, Irish, Scotch, Indian, what American single malts, of course.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey,
but
Dave B.
Not cinnamon.
not cinnamon.
Downer Pass is here too. Awesome.
A little fireball, yeah.
And Leanne. I'll see you in a couple
Yeah,
weeks.
Leanne.
Leanne, week and a half or so.
Sounds good.
Lokeness is here.
We also have a
we
trivia
have a lot of
tonight, by the way,
people, do we?
guys. So we got to get going.
All right, let's
So
do this,
you,
man.
you guys pick. Do you want to do the Scotch or bourbon first?
Let's take a quick poll. What do you guys want? You want the Scotch battle first or the bourbon battle first?
Bad news first, right?
Yeah, I say do the bad news first again. But
Hey, open minds, fellas. Open minds.
Well, so the problem is if you guys are drinking a really good scotch right now, it's going to be
That's
a
true.
major contrast.
Maybe it's good contrast to go to the bourbon. That's your point.
Well, I don't know.
I mean, it will be. They'll both be very different
Well, that's true. Yep.
than the scotches because you've got some lighter scotches picked out.
I'll tell you that Victoriana's not bad.
That Victoriana's delish. Maybe we should do the bourbon first.
That's going to
Let's
be
do
my
bourbon. Let's
reward
do
for
bourbon.
getting through the King of the Hill.
Yeah, that's true.
It's my little
So I see
treat.
Scotch, bourbon, Scotch,
Lots of
bourbon,
bourbon.
Looks like a lot of bourbon. Let's
well,
do
there's
it.
a lot of
All right.
bourbon people. so.
Bourbon's coming up. All right. Once you guys talk about the whiskeys, I'll pull them out.
Oh,
All right. First one up. Widow Jane, aged 10 years in New American Oak barrels. This is batch number 592. Date of 2022. 45.5% ABV.
Little dram cam.
All right. There we go.
interesting. So what do
And
we know
then-
about Widow Jane? Hang on a second. We actually visited the distillery.
We did. I
right?
think that's when we picked that up.
A long time ago.
Yeah, it's been a long time. And the master distiller, the blender there, I can't think of her name right now. She's not there
I
anymore.
think
She's moved
She
on.
moved.
Did you go to Castle and Key? Is that right?
No, somewhere else.
Oh, okay. I don't
We
remember.
brought this up before, and I already forgot again.
Yeah, I'm sure they. If you all in the chat could update on the master distiller, master blend. Well,
This is
distiller,
actually a blend of straight bourbons is what it says. So interesting. All right, so let's see what Widow Jane can do against.
So I know Widow. Oh, that's right. Widow Jane was using Castle and Key to age some of their whiskey.
That's what it was.
That's
they were
what I
like
think of that.
contracting Castle and Key to make some of the whiskey for them.
I think
Right.
that was
remember
hush
that
hush
was it.
back then, but yes.
Yeah, it's
Correct.
pretty common knowledge now.
So
And
the
the
other
other
whiskey-
one, Eagle Rare 10. I don't know the ABV because I'm trying to stay for the camera, but
You can read it.
Kentucky
All right.
straight.
40% ABV Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. This is, I was just on a cruise ship a few months ago, and this was running for $89 on the cruise ship. I
Okay.
think it may be less than that if you get it straight retail, but that's hard to find now,
That's fair.
depending on where you are.
Quick plug to our good friend Tim for sharing his bourbons with us, because he'll be listening to this in the car tomorrow morning at 4 a.m., just so you know.
Wow.
There you go.
All right.
But yes, so we have both of these have been poured.
We don't
and
know which
we
one's
don't know
which.
which one's which. So guys, it's basically normal Scotch for Dummies rules. Sniff, taste,
It's a- it's
water
a-
down, and then go.
It's a preference thing. It's not rating. We're not
Sean's
rating
going
them.
to kick this off.
Yeah.
All right.
Which one you like best?
So we're
Red
starting
or-
with the black glass.
Let's be
Yeah.
descriptive
So
here
we
too, guys.
doing one at a time. So we
Yeah,
can
let's
kinda
go.
know-
Yeah.
Let's keep the
All right.
conversation consistent.
All right. So Actually, this has got a nice, rich nose to it. Lots of vanilla. It's got a cherry note going on in there. Actually, that smells really nice.
So black glass.
Black
Yeah,
glass
black
is
glass.
sounding good.
It's got a lot going on in the glass.
I'll be honest with you, it doesn't come off and punch me in the nose like a bourbon-y bourbon. You know what I mean?
So it's not
Right.
a cheap bourbon.
It,
Well, clearly, I mean, neither of these are cheap bourbons. So.
it does smell pleasant. It definitely doesn't come off and just be like a cob of corn, getting jammed up my nose.
Well, and they're both 10 years, so that's also a benefit to get it.
Would you say copper coat? What?
Cob of corn.
Cup of corn. Yeah.
Want some bourbon?
I mean, it almost, if I didn't know better, I think there's some sherry influence here, but bourbon.
Smells like bourbon.
No, it does. Yeah, sure. But yeah, there's not, it's not punchy. It's a little more subtle in its
It's
nose.
soft.
Look
Yeah.
at Pizza Warlord doing the eagle. That's pretty awesome. The old eagle rare.
$40, man, good price, dude.
Hell yeah.
If you can find it. And depending on where you are, you can find it. Otherwise, it's not available at all. So,
Okay, so Dave B's saying Eagle Rare's his jam. So if Eagle Rare doesn't,
This is actually pretty light on the bourbon-esque nose. I'm not
It
getting.
is,
I'm
the
not
black,
getting. Yeah, I'm not
for
getting a
sure.
huge amount
All right.
of corn on it. It's a sweet, but almost brown
So-
sugar.
The red is a little bit lighter, a little bit fruitier, a little less spicy than the black glass on the nose at least.
okay.
yeah. But the very first nose, there was a little bit of funk. There was a little bit of twang going, but it went away the second
Funk
time.
and
I
twang.
I got like candied apples, actually.
On the red.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So you're saying it's not sweet or smooth.
I don't know about that.
It's just fruitier than the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the first one was mostly
Yes.
spices.
This is more oak, more wood influence. It doesn't have the deep richness that the other one has. Yeah, more vanilla, more of the raw barrel influence, and less like I don't know if the distillate is different, can give you that richness, or if it's just the barrels they chose.
This
I don't
is
know.
red is to me is definitely more of the bourbon side of the house. It's got that marshmallow cream. I'll give you some of the apple fruitiness there, almost like what's the cherry apples, the covered cherry
Oh,
Candied
candy
apple.
candied apples. Yeah,
Did you taste black?
Heck yeah.
All right, so we're gonna get into the tasting note here.
All right, I'll wait.
Okay, so back to black. Back to black.
Almost like I'm just gonna go.
I'm going.
I'll wait.
So black on the palate, it tastes like it smells. Nice and full bodied, carries all the way through. It's got an excellent long finish. It's got everything that I smelled on the nose, I get on the palate.
So it's mostly spicy.
It's got spices, but it's
There's
not
spicy
overpowering. There's some you get nice vanilla notes as a nice undertone to it. I mean, it's just a good solid whiskey. It's got a good backbone to it. Doesn't fade away.
There is definitely some spice in the mid palate that comes off, and in the finish, I get a little bit of a char note.
There's a little bit of chocolate too.
Yeah,
On the finish.
That whiskey is.
I like it.
It's not bad.
I'm almost getting like an artificial flavor on it though, like artificial cherry.
It does have a almost
Like cough drops.
exaggerated
Yes,
sweetness to it.
yeah, that's what's coming through,
Yep.
Yeah.
which
And
is unique.
And maybe that's just my non-bourbon palate, but I feel like it's almost too sweet.
Okay, let's see what this red's got to offer.
Yeah, I'm getting no bitterness really in it. It's just interesting. The wood is more. I guess I am getting tannins now on the nose. Yeah.
It's a dry finish too, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. So the red has a little bit more of a I want to say a bready note, like a whole grain bread on the front palate, and then it's got some like stone fruits and a little bit of spice, more like a pie and less like getting hit in the face with a bunch of baking spices. So it's nice, but it's definitely less powerful than the black glass.
Oh, black is much better.
Right now. So the late palate, early finish on red. I don't want to say it was off-putting, but it was just it was definitely not hitting for me.
Is it fair to say red is more full-bodied though?
I wouldn't say that.
I wouldn't say that
See,
either.
that's where I'm struggling with because it does have more.
It has a little bit
it
more
changes
ups and
more
downs.
during the palate as it transitions into finish. So it starts out sweet. I get a rich pop of corn and some toasted spice in there, and then it kind of fades into a lighter
Yeah,
finish.
almost pistachio too, a little bit.
But for me, the black glass carried that all the way. Like it came in powerful and kept it all the way through.
So are you saying it's one
and a
dimensional?
longer finish? No, but this to me had like a peak of flavor and it went down, whereas the black glass had much more going on the whole time.
Now the red to me now is nothing but apples and pistachios with sweetness and corn.
That's a good point. If after drinking the black glass and hitting the red glass, you still have some of the
Residue.
black glass residue in your mouth. You need to hit the red glass twice in a row
Yeah, I did.
to really get a fair.
Well, I mean, we got to come up with a number, right? We actually have to.
No, we just have to vote up or down.
Just
Which do you
which one you
prefer?
like best, one or two?
Oh, we're not scoring a number.
Nope.
We technically we used to write down a number as a tiebreaker.
Right.
I mean, you can do that in your head if you want to, as just to be truthful. But I want to try that black
I
again.
gotta try the red again.
Hold on, I want to try the black.
We got to put water in this too, boys.
Oh well, what are we doing?
When you had that black
Jumping the
before we put
gun.
water on it, though.
All right, before I put water on it. Oh, you want this red before I put water on it?
No, I did the second sip thing. It was not as impressive.
No, it does get it. It loses. It gets more new made. But it's 10-year-old, so
I guess here's the easy way to say this, I think, and you guys agree, I'm sure. Black is less bourbony than the red. It doesn't have nearly the red is like they both have bourbon. Like you poured it, I'm like they're both bourbons, but red is like that super corn bourbon flavor, spices, vanilla.
vanilla. Yeah, it's very young wood. It's not
The black is more subtle. It's got a little bit more less and more
Black-
spices.
Black seems to have more barrel influence. I think that's taken out some of the grainy notes. Maybe
could
that
be
you
true.
guys are.
Yeah, I was going to say
experiencing.
the ABV is a little different in too. The Widow Jane's at 45 and the Eagle Rare's at 50.
No.
It was at 40.
Both of them 45. Eagle Rare, or Widow Jane's 45.5, and Eagle Rare is 45.
Oh, it's 45.
Interesting.
Need some readers?
I guess I need some readers on
Okay.
that.
If you guys, I would love to chat. I mean, if you guys have both of these or either one, I would love for you guys to comment too as we're going
You
along.
had water to both
Makes it
these?
fun.
We have water on both
Yeah,
these.
we do have water on both of them. Yeah.
I think the red is going to hold water more than the black based on
That's
just
what
the
I'm worried
profile.
about too. I think it's going to dilute the black out.
No.
No? Is
No.
it better?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Did you get into both of these?
I haven't gotten the red yet.
Okay, I'll leave it over there.
You
But
don't
I
need-
just tasted the black neat, so I still had the finish in the mouth, and then I went in for the water, and it like mellows it out a little bit. There's like a cola thing going on now, and like it's still punches.
I
Like
think-
it's good.
I think water actually made the nose a little more potent. I think some of those volatiles were releasing in there from the water. It's definitely stronger on the nose.
like fruity strong or like alcohol smart?
Just alcohol.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, interesting.
Oh.
It's fruitier. The red glass is fruitier now.
Well, that would not surprise me.
I think water really it tamed a little of the spice down, but it let you get a little bit more of the sweetness and a little bit more of the vanilla.
The black smells exactly the same with water.
I like the
I think it tastes
red
different.
better on the nose with water, but the palate is not as good. It's a little more unidimensional.
I don't know, man. I hate to say this, but now that this is watered down, it doesn't have the flavor punch that the red did. I'm curious.
I mean,
with
this is
water,
more of
but-
a caramel apple. It's got more of that vanilla caramel flavor into it. I think it is a very sweet sipping whiskey.
I like the subtleness of
no
it.
edges, no elbows. It's the black is very well balanced.
My mind's made up.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
This could be a 50-50 here, boys.
You know you can't vote for Victoriana, right?
Quit looking at my score sheet.
Plead the fifth.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So the red is a nice glass with water on it.
It is. I agree with you, Andrew.
Well balanced. It's not as aggressive in flavor.
This is Battle of the Bourbons, boys.
Yeah. So which bourbon do you like? Now which one most represents Scotch? Which
which one do we like better?
Yeah.
I like the black better.
So I'm looking at it from this perspective. Which one do I dislike the least? No, I'm kidding.
They
That's
aren't
fair.
that bad.
I'm kidding. That was a joke. It was a joke.
Tim is crawling right now. So what's your vote then? Which one do you like the least?
I like black.
Like black.
You know,
Andrew's
I like
gonna go
black
red.
on both. There's a few redeeming qualities in red, but I thought pound for pound, round for round, black beat out red in every category for me. I mean, every step along the way. I'm not saying red's bad. There were some things I did like about red, or I thought they were a little bit more enjoyable, but I liked black through the whole process.
I tend to think that the black has more characteristics of a better balanced whiskey that will appeal to a broader whiskey audience. I really think it's a more robust, deeper flavor profile, nose as well. So I got to go with the black and two. as well.
Well, my vote doesn't count now, but I will say I'm not disagreeing with you. I want to give red a shout out and say I don't mind it for this battle. I think it's showing it's doing some good punches, but I also think it's like got some fake punches going on. It's almost doing a little too much. It's almost a little too potent and not nearly as it's like young or harsh. And I think I think the black it just feels a little bit more elegant. I feel like the red is a little bit more bourbony, but my palate, I hate to say it, but I agree with you guys. I think the black has a little bit more subtleness to it.
I hate to say that.
Well, because I feel like the red is there and we're not giving it justice.
You don't get to be nice to red if it's on the mat. You got knocked down. Bell rang and it's on the mat. It is what it is. This is King of the Hill, man.
Ding, 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 ding. So
it might have gone 10 rounds, but it's still lost.
Yep.
All right.
Exactly.
Let's do the dram cam and see what we got here. So we picked black as our winner. Black is
The
green
dot.
Okay,
Yeah.
Let's see what we got
Ready?
there, boys.
1, 2, 3.
Eagle
what do you know?
Rare.
Eagle Rare 10.
That was the call of the eagle.
Oh, jeez.
I don't know if eagles sound like that, but
That's the blue falcon. My bad.
So Eagle Rare is our winner tonight.
There you go.
I'm
All
not
right.
surprised. I don't remember either of these. It's been a minute
I
since I
don't
drank
either.
them. So, yeah. All right.
All
It is what it is, man.
You know
It
what?
seems like the comments are kind of in line too, from what I'm seeing. But
Everybody's like, if you picked Widow Jane, we're all signing off. No, I'm
Yeah,
kidding.
I mean,
It is what it is.
We feel you.
And I would agree. It's not a bad whiskey.
I
It
didn't
just
say-
doesn't.
no,
It just doesn't compare to
I
Eagle
didn't
Rare
think it was a
tonight.
horrible whiskey or bad by any means, but in this fight,
And the other thing is, we don't know. The Eagle Rare may be open less. This was open in 2022 probably because we drank it, I assume, when we first. So maybe a
no,
couple years
these
old.
are both Tim's.
Oh,
We don't have a bottle.
so yeah, we don't know.
I have a bottle.
I have a
Oh,
bottle.
you
too.
really? Nice.
Oh, so that's why you picked it.
I didn't pick it.
Oh, all right.
You picked this one.
He picked black.
I
and it
have
happened to be
bourbons on
Eagle.
my
And
bar.
I'll say Sean picked this one from
Why
the
would you do
beginning.
that?
Yeah, he did.
He doesn't
from the
hesitate.
nose to the palate. He had black
knew his
glass all
answer.
the way.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So chat's agreeing.
The red
with us,
was
no
interesting,
surprise.
but it wasn't as good to
I
me.
think the red came up after water. It was better after water.
I don't think the red was horrible though.
No.
No.
All right.
But
All right.
It just was
Very
fighting
good.
above its class.
Round
You know
two.
what I mean?
I'm actually waiting for the little fight analogies. You used to get really good at some of those.
Well, we're just
early
getting
on.
warmed
You're
up.
just getting
We're
warmed up.
man.
Warmed up.
It's all good. So, sorry, Widow Jane. You
Dave
Got knocked out.
Dave
got
B1228 is agreed. No losers. Both good.
Yeah.
But admittedly,
no, there's a loser.
There's still
there's
a
a
loser.
loser. Don't be soft here. There's a loser.
That was a 4-0 decision right there.
So,
That was
we're moving on to Scotch.
Unanimous.
And big hitter here coming with Glenmo 10.
A little Mike Tyson thing.
Our
going
bet-
on.
it's 12.
The
It's
big
the Glenmo
bottle.
12. isn't
Oh,
it?
the 12.
It's
don't
the
let the
12.
size get you intimidated.
That's the original 12. Glenmo
Yes.
original.
Well, it's the new
new
version.
12.
The new
Well,
original.
it's- yeah, you're right. The original.
I will
12.
say I don't know if it's still that price, but this bottle at Costco for $60 is a no-brainer. I mean, look how much is there.
That is a bargain.
It's a big
It's a
bottle.
bargain.
So 175, isn't it? I
So
assume.
Yeah.
it's Glenmo 10 against what?
12.
Glenmo 12, excuse me.
What?
Glenkinchie
What?
12. Glenkinchie 12. So Glenkinchie
So two
is
12-year-olds.
43 ABV.
I think they're
That's
both
gotta be-
ex-bourbon, right?
Matured in bourbon casks. Yep.
43.
What's it say on the
I
side there?
think it says 43. I can't read that. Yeah, 43.
Yep.
So they're both 43. Obviously, Glenmo 12 did not compete in the last
did not.
series.
It
'cause
didn't
it didn't
exist.
exist.
Right.
Right. So I don't remember if Glenkinchie did or not, or how
It did
how
not.
it fared.
It's
but,
a newcomer, and Glenmo is a no stranger to the ring.
right.
Oh,
Yep.
they've
They
had some great
usually
ones.
pull no punches and do well. So
Yeah, they definitely.
I'm
put
excited
fighters.
for this one. All right, which glass is first? We got green and
Green.
we got gold.
I
Green's
have no
closest
which
to you.
other.
There you go.
Yeah, no
All
idea
right.
which one's in which.
Green's up
Let's do
first.
this. So
So Glenmorangie, they're known for their super tall stills and light floral whiskeys. And the beauty of Glenmo is that they start everything the same distillate. They don't change their distillate. They put everything in, generally everything in barrels that are comparable, and then they start to play with it once it hits 10 to 12 years, depending on what they do. Glenkinchie, I don't have as much information on their barreling.
We haven't.
and
I don't
barley
think we've
strategy.
done an official review of Glenkinchie either.
No, really.
No, I don't think so.
Well, I don't know if we have or not. I mean, things have changed now because the old Glenmo process was everything started with 10. Well, darn near
Yeah, so
everything. And there was a few exceptions, but everything,
So is this the new?
They'd put them in ex-bourbon essentially
so.
for 10 years and then start playing with them. This has now been in bourbon for 12 years.
I mean,
Yeah.
and Harrison Ford. Come on. I mean,
well, that's true. If you haven't seen those videos, they're worth it.
Okay.
So,
He does
what do
a
you
great
have
job.
on green
All right.
on the nose?
So green is a nice light, like spring whiskey, like
Okay.
ring.
like fresh flowers and
sure.
like linen and
Potatoes.
maybe some like there's some sweet notes in there.
Potatoes.
Like
super light. I'm not getting
like
much.
a cotton candy kind of thing. Like it's actually a very pleasant whiskey.
You got all that?
Yeah.
This is like linen fabric softener.
I was
The sweet floral.
freaking cheated.
Ooh, interesting comment from Eric Waite. Glenkinchie has the largest spirit still in Scotland and uses worm tubs. There you go. There you go.
Boy, yeah, there's not a lot on the nose.
What
there.
up,
That is
big
a
perm,
full
big
pour.
worm?
So
That's a big pour.
this one,
That's what she said.
the gold has more, I want to say like herbal notes to it.
Like rosemary and
like
thyme or
green
herbs?
Yeah.
Hey,
It's-
cilantro.
Next time, let me finish my little
Oh,
green.
sorry.
'cause,
Sorry.
You know,
Go ahead. Continue with the green. What
but
do you
it's basically what you guys said.
Okay.
Oh,
thanks.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine. It's fine.
I don't need to say anything.
It's funny you said herbal. Honestly, if I really get in there and get a strong nose on it, it's not cut grass, but definitely like if you were in a garden with green, you're messing around with the green plants or whatever. You can smell those, whether it's not just cut grass or you're pulling weeds or something. There's definitely some.
So like a vegetal?
Yes.
Yes.
Is that where?
Yeah.
Like we'd be gone or something.
Oh, no. Yeah. You're right. It's like, yeah, but there's that floral note on the finish.
Yeah.
That it's like it smells, it does. It starts to smell green, for lack of a better word, and then it pops into flowers.
I'm interested to get into both of these glasses, honestly.
Let me smell the nose on green again, because I didn't get
this
anything
is-
that you said. I mean, it was so light, I wasn't getting anything.
No, it's very light.
This nose is, I enjoy the nose on the gold glass much more. It just has more perspective on
Nothing?
it.
I'm not getting anything on green.
I'm struggling with the
Can I
nose
see
on
green
green.
again real
Did you
quick?
try breathing through your nose?
No,
I'm doing it wrong.
as opposed to
Mouth?
my
I don't
ears.
know.
What
I
the-
don't know.
He's a
I
mouth
don't know what's
breather.
going on.
He's a mouth breather. He loses a lot of nuance in there.
Yeah.
It's very,
They're both actually very similar, but gold is definitely better on the nose. It has a little bit more potency on the lemon side.
Just
More
char-
floral.
So
character.
round one, gold is
All right.
coming out
Gold's
swinging.
coming out on the nose.
Green,
Yeah.
here we
Sure
go.
out.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and sip it, Mark.
Wash my face.
It's good.
All right.
Good.
It's nice. It is light, but there's that floral note. Ooh, you get a little spice on the back end.
Ooh, little surprise.
Like it wasn't there until the finish. I wasn't expecting it. But it's got like, spun sugar and I'm trying to think of the flowers, like the little white ones. But it
Like daisies?
It tastes like a spring day. You know what I mean?
It does taste very springy.
That is a beautiful whiskey. The palate on
Really?
that
That's
is-
nice.
I think it's delicate. It's light. It's not my wheelhouse, but there's no acetone. There's no angry flavors in there.
No.
It's just, you don't like that?
Man, to me, it comes out like it's fighting with two left feet, man. It tripped.
No, you're wrong.
You
That's
are wrong.
delicious.
Nope.
That is a delicious
Nope.
whiskey.
It's a little,
that whiskey's
little bitter
cross-eyed.
at the end.
I got a spice note on it. I didn't get a bitterness to it.
Like clove or something?
But
maybe?
yeah, like something like that. That I didn't see coming. It just kind of came out of left field and popped, and then it was gone. All right, let's try this gold one.
Light vanillas, some creaminess to it, like fresh cream. That green is a very nice whiskey.
It's lovely.
It is. It's a nice
Wrong.
It's
whiskey.
lovely.
Wrong.
The nose is
Lovely.
non-existent, but the palate, beautifully balanced.
I actually like between the two noses. I didn't think that they would be quite as similar on the palate, but they've got a lot of similarities to them. Gold is good.
Gold's just coming out solid. Came out on the nose. It's standing ground, ready to fight. Green's coming out like it's cross-eyed and it doesn't know which one to swing at, and it might get lucky and land one.
I think I created a monster about the whole fight
You
analogy.
did.
And he's like, oh,
It might
ramping
get
it
lucky.
up.
It might get lucky.
I think gold has a little bit longer finish,
Mm-hmm.
and it carried straight through with kind of the same flavor profile the
It's
entire
sweet.
time.
Consistency.
It's a light, sweet, floral palate. I just don't get the creaminess that I get out of the gold.
I
So
get
that's
some-
probably the reason
Wow.
why the green glass didn't have a nose, but it's got a much creamier, better mouthfeel in the whiskey, whereas the gold has light floral notes on the palate and that carries through on the nose, and it carries through into the palate.
I think you actually have it flipped. I think the gold is very creamy compared to the green.
I get a little bit of a malty note on the gold that I didn't get. I didn't
Yeah.
get much.
I can see that.
It's
Who
got
doesn't
a
like
more of a
malt?
malty,
You know what I
bready
mean?
Well, and
note
you
to
need
it.
to, and remember, I cleanse my palate between tasting the two, so I get
I
a more
didn't see you cleanse
representative.
He didn't cleanse nothing.
Right? Ain't nobody got time for that.
Creamier.
Jesus.
It's creamier.
I'm going to get one more quick little
Yeah, put
palate,
some water on it too, boys.
and then we'll get some water on it.
I think, honestly, they're both delicious. They're both good. They're both subtle. They're both more the floral. I would say I would guess Highlands on both of these based on the palate.
Gold's pretty good.
Yes.
Just because they're so floral and creamy and linen and cotton and all the things we talked about. I mean, those are
we got
usually
water.
classic clues for the
Man.
typical Highland region.
Water on that.
But as of right now, I think I'm edging my bet towards gold so far.
Wrong.
I'm real torn on these. Honestly, they're both really good. I like them both.
Mark does not.
So far, man.
I think you're
He's pulling his
broken on the
punches.
green one, man. I don't know.
He's broken.
He couldn't smell it. Doesn't like the taste. I don't know. He's doing something
Frazier's
wrong.
down.
Yeah, right. Down goes Frazier.
So I will say
What
that
you got going on here?
I added water to them. They're sitting ready to experience.
Those warm up a
Ready
little
to
bit.
Hey,
experience.
ready to
So
experience.
they're both 12-year-olds, right?
They're both
Yes.
12.
Okay.
The
don't know much
the
about-
gold has arguably more flavor components to it. So it's got more florals. It's got more maltiness. But I think, I mean, the green for me was really hitting my palate tonight. Just the creaminess, the mouthfeel,
You feeling okay?
the bold. Yeah. Come down with something maybe.
Get COVID?
because green is not my wheelhouse, but I'm liking it tonight. We'll see what it does with water.
Sad.
The water totally changed it.
Oh,
Ah,
But not necessarily
In a good way or
in a bad way.
right.
Oh, no.
Like I lost some of the sweetness, but a malty note came up.
Okay.
Green?
It's got a little bit of the spice that I got on the back end is now a little bit more prevalent throughout.
Okay.
But not in an overwhelming way. Like it's interesting whiskey.
Diageo, Glenkinchie.
Diageo.
I don't have a whole lot of experience with
I don't have
Glenkinchie.
any good. And I never remember distilleries. I just remember components.
I'm actually going to be surprised if Glenmo doesn't win this, just based on what my knowledge.
Well,
But we'll see.
I don't know. They're
They're both pretty
both
good.
going hard.
The nose is not as good in the green.
The nose did not change on the gold.
How about that for consistency? The thing comes out swinging and keeps on swinging. Energizer Bunny.
Green is sweeter with water, but more bitter now.
I tend
Yes.
to agree with you on the palate.
Yes.
Bitter it comes up.
Uh-huh.
Drink your gold and see if
Uh-huh.
it's good.
Couple of headshots, couple body shots. Green's freaking hurting.
I'm glad we're only doing 2 rounds. This
King of the Hill, it caps you off.
Jesus.
maybe we need to do MMA results now. You know, you got them in a
We still got trivia.
figure 4 leg lock or
Green's tapping out. Honestly, I think green or gold is with water. The late palate, early finish just got more malty for me.
Yeah.
I'm getting sweet tarts on the nose now.
It brought up the malt component for sure. Let me have that green glass back.
Yeah, man.
All right.
Nose is on the gold is about the same. Still okay.
It's tough.
It's not tough, Andrew. You think long, you think wrong.
This is easy. Gold is definitely the winner here, by far.
Telling you, man.
Gold is
Let me hit that
gold
green.
is superior.
You can have that green. You don't need to.
Gold
hit it.
is
It's yours.
gold is complete creaminess, dreamsicle. It's just good. The floral, I will say, it was not nearly with water. The floral came down a lot, so it's relying mostly on that creaminess and oakiness that it has, but malty too. It's good.
Sean's reaching for the one he likes. He's like, I'm gonna finish this one.
You can tell when
I have a
Sean
second
likes the
sip
most.
of the green. I want to take a second sip of the gold. That's all there is to it.
Gold.
All
Calm
right.
down.
So we're gonna reverse order. Last time I went last. I'm gonna go first this time.
Ooh, all right, then.
Gold, easy peasy, night and day difference. Water, without water, I think gold's had an edge. With water, it definitely has an edge. So it's no brainer to me.
What you got, Andrew?
So I will tell you that to the uneducated palate, I think the gold is better because
What the hell does that mean?
because
You taking a shot at me?
No, I'm just saying.
What in the hell?
And the reason I say that it hits on more points, but I think the green that it has an elegance in it that the other one doesn't have. So the gold glass has some bright fruits. It has a little bit of maltiness, but the green glass it's got body and components that the other one doesn't have. And when I taste it, I feel it tastes like a really rich, a really beautiful whiskey in its own right. And it's just a different whiskey than the gold glass. But I'm going to go with the green glass because I think it's an overall better whiskey, but it doesn't hit all the flavor components that the other one has. So it's going to be a tough competition.
You're wrong. You're wrong.
So, all right, man. Green had some courage to get in the ring, right? And it was happy to be there. You know what I mean? In the pre-fight interviews, Green's like, "I'm just happy to be here, man. I'm gonna give it a good shot." Right? But
Has the intro music and everything, right?
right, Gold stepped into the ring and
Wrong.
said, "Exactly. I came here to fight. You know, I didn't come here to talk." And Gold just won in every category again, and. Even to the untrained, uneducated palate, I would say this one was. Sean, I'm going gold.
I love it.
All right. So here's where I landed on this round because it was very interesting for me. The gold. So when I first smelled the green, I was like, I like this. Like the nose. I liked the palate on the first
palate
sip.
kicks in.
I liked it better than the gold. And then the rounds started to go on, right? And especially after water, I like the gold much better after the water. I thought it outperformed green once the water was on there. And I kind of lost, like green lost a step when we put water
It did.
on it. And I was kind of disappointed because I thought it would be like coming out swinging, and it didn't hold up. So I'm going to go with gold. I really did like green initially. I thought it was going to win hands down.
It's just, I think the bitterness in green what got to me.
Something about it, yeah.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
part of
it's-
green's strategy was to piss itself and hope that gold slipped on the mat. And
I mean,
fell.
that is a strategy.
I mean, that's what
Uh-huh.
happened.
I feel bad encouraging it earlier because.
Disagree, but that's okay.
All right, so three for gold, 1 for green.
Yep.
So let's see what we got in the Dream Cam here. And
All right.
So
Which
we
one's-
picked
which one's
gold.
which?
Well,
Hold on.
Hang on. We went with red.
Oh, we picked
Andrew is all unorthodox.
go.
So red.
Glenkinchie. There we go.
Blue is
And she wins.
Are you kidding me?
Are
Yeah.
you kidding me?
Are you kidding? Playoffs?
Well, as soon as I smelled green, I was like, "That's the Glenmo."
really?
Yeah, I knew exactly what it was as soon as I smelled it.
I'm shocked that the Glenmo lost that
Everybody
battle.
needs to run out and get a bottle of Glenkinchie because it just smacked Glenmo
I'm-
right
I'm
in the
actually-
keister.
Shocked that it
In
be.
the keister.
I thought the creaminess was Glenmo. Honestly,
there you go.
That's
Wow.
what happens when you
Yeah.
freaking age it for 2 more years.
blinds don't lie.
Try to call
Nope.
it original.
whatever.
Nope. There you go.
All right, man.
All
There
right.
you go, guys. Hope you
Hauser.
enjoyed
So
King of
tonight's
the Hill.
winners were Glenkinchie and Eagle Rare.
Yep.
They are.
So they'll be around for a while.
They will.
That's right.
Because
There you
there's a
go.
lot of other first rounders that we need to get in the fight. So, patrons, be on the lookout for some assistance on what you want to see get in the ring.
That's right. That's right. And if you're watching this video on replay, comment below as well. Maybe we'll get you in the mix as well. We'll see what happens. All right. Are you guys ready for some fun trivia?
Yep. I probably should get a paper out so I know how well I did.
Nah. Shoot from the
Yeah,
hip.
you never do well, so it's
I
okay.
never do better than 50%.
You don't want to
anyway.
know that, honestly.
Yeah, if Dr. Scotch was here, you'd get them all.
We have trouble figuring out who's supposed to read the next question, and
That's
it's
true.
in line.
Well, I was having a hard time. Things were pixelated last week when I was trying to read.
Yeah,
them.
you're
Oh,
right.
yeah, it's your fault.
And it was delayed for you.
Yeah, that's true.
We're going to give you some excuses.
Question
All right.
1. Who wants to go?
You start on the right side.
All
We'll
right.
start today.
Which Isla distillery features a Johnny Walker walking man statue on its property?
Oh, I got
Ardbeg,
this one.
Coahuila, Kilholman, or Lagavulin?
Come
Now,
on,
don't give your
Wow.
answers. Let the chat.
If you know Johnny Walker,
Johnny.
I think this is an easy answer
It is an
personally,
easy one.
but I mean, it's only the biggest contributor to
well,
the
which
blending
one?
series.
Which one of those are Diageo distilleries?
I don't know. I don't care about all that. I know what goes into Johnny
I
Walker.
think none of them are.
Don't you Google it.
Prove me wrong.
Googler.
So let me see what the answers look
why
like
would
over
they
there.
have a walking man on this property?
Oh,
Lots of bees. Lots of bees coming in.
That's all I see are bees.
Well, look
I'm,
at Eric Waite supporting my answer.
Yeah, well, it's fair, I guess. You're still wrong with green, so it's okay.
Oh,
Man.
The answer.
Who,
Says the guy
the
who
answer
was
is-
the odd man out on the bourbon one.
who sells more whiskey?
it's B.
Coahuila.
Coahuila.
B.
It's got to be Colila. Yeah.
It's Coahuila.
About 90% of Coahuila's whiskey goes into Johnny Walker's blends. The statue was painted by Isla native Rosemary Fletcher and her daughters.
Wow.
Man, we need to pull some Ocean's 11 shit and steal that statue.
That would
Be so cool.
awesome.
Could you imagine having that statue?
Oh, man.
I just assume when we go to Scotland, you'll be wearing that outfit.
I'm willing to pay. Oh, that's great.
Down with that.
We could just get different colors.
Dude, we have to
Oh,
make that happen.
gee.
That would be
the
epic.
four of us. And
Can we all
Johnny
do
Walker.
that?
Do you think Johnny Walker would sponsor the trip then?
Yeah.
I mean,
Probably
tells me
not.
to
let's
get
let's be
arrested.
fair. Johnny Walker, which I know you're not listening, but Diageo. I mean, we are your biggest sellers of YouTube video views on Johnny Walker.
That is correct.
You should at least give us a goddamn top hat.
I know we talked a lot of smack about the White Walker, but
Yeah. So the
win 'em all.
the last short when you did Johnny Walker Blue, it's like at 1 million views per month right now.
yeah,
Like
It's
that
crazy.
It's crazy.
Cray cray.
And-
Next question.
that's not even
Question
counting
two.
South Korea.
All right. What
it.
grain has fallen out of
Stop it.
favor for use in Scottish whiskey production? Corn, rye, wheat, or winter barley?
Fun fact: South Korea.
Yeah, so if you're on South Korean YouTube, you'll see us a lot, but it's not our channel.
We found out today that there's a channel out in South Korea that has been stealing our content and turning it into their own monetized channels, and they're about 1 million views already, and it's
1 million views per video.
It's interesting. It's fun.
Yeah, it's good
But the funny thing about it is it's translated in audio, so it's like when
You can't understand anything.
you can't understand it, but you can understand when Mark takes a sip. It's
They had sound effects. It's pretty cool.
That's very tasty.
all right.
And
so
now everybody's
what are we
looking
doing
for this channel.
Yeah.
What do you got? I think
Fallen out of favor.
I would say winter barley.
I think it's rye.
I think it's rye.
Because if you're making grain, so if you're making a grain whiskey, then for your distillery, rye has too much flavor for a grain.
I almost
my
went with
opinion.
winter barley because I was wondering about the protein content versus starch.
Fair question, but
I'm
going
gonna
to
go rye.
Beef.
I'm actually going to change mine and go to wheat with C.
No.
Wheat.
Yeah?
There's high yield on wheat.
There's
all right,
high
that's what the
yield.
answer is.
Winter
Fudge
barley.
me. Fudge
You
me.
are right because it
Well,
has a higher protein content.
I said that originally.
Less
God
sugar.
dang it.
All right. Winter barley can have the EPH trait. EPH acts as a precursor to ethyl carbamate during the whiskey production process. Ethyl carbamate, or urethane, is a potential carcinogen and highly regulated. New strains of winter barley have been developed to remove the EPH trait. So they don't use winter barley because it has urethane in it. You know, polyurethane.
No, it doesn't have
plastic.
polyurethane. It has urethane.
What if
Come on.
that was my favorite part?
Right. I mean,
I like my whiskey to taste like plastic.
when's
It's
the last
awesome.
time you huffed? Right.
Oh, Jesus.
Man, everybody
Mark.
got that one wrong.
Go.
Question 3. What was the first American single malt introduced to the market in
great
modern
question.
times?
I wonder
A.
what,
McCarthy's, B. Stranahan's, C. St. George Spirits, or D.
I honestly
Westward?
don't know.
What was the first American single malt introduced to the market?
I'm gonna
So
say-
listed as an American single malt. So
I'd
not,
say A.
Yeah,
McCarthy's, right?
that's
been
what I was
around.
going to go
I
for.
think I gotta go with B.
No, it's not
They-
B.
They've been around a while. and
Yeah,
they're
but not
very
as long as
established.
McCarthy's. It could be even St. George Spirits because I have not heard of them.
I'm going to go D.
You think Westward?
Well, they've been at it for 20,
Oh, that's a
22 years.
good point.
Hmm.
You guys just talked yourself into all four.
And go.
So what you're saying is we don't know.
I'm going to say A.
All right. And the answer is
Wait, let people
dun,
pick.
dun, dun.
We got a lot of
dun.
A's
We
in the
got
chat,
A's,
some
we got
B's,
B's, we got
one
D's.
D.
The D.
Yeah, lots.
Everybody's confused.
The answer is McCarthy's. A.
McCarthy's.
Stick to it. Stick to it.
McCarthy's is aged in local Gariana oak barrels.
I'm not sure they're all in Garion Oak, but because
Some
that's a
of them
hard
are.
oak to find.
Some of
And
them are.
McCarthy makes a
Well,
lot of
obviously they found it.
Jesus. Question 4.
whiskey. Wow, this is a good time tonight.
In what year was the Glencairn whiskey glass introduced? That's a tough one. A, 1984, B, 1995, C, 2001, or D, 2007?
I mean, splitting hairs here.
84 was a good year.
Why? What? Oh, because
Well,
of the
Van
book.
Halen jump.
Oh, well, because of the book. Oh,
These guys are messing with me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say A, 1984.
I'm gonna go with.
No.
You're just going to
2001.
go because Van Halen.
Well, yeah,
Come
jump.
on. 2001.
Might as well
Space,
jump.
2001
It's
A
a
Space
teacher.
Odyssey.
Yeah. I
That's
thought
wrong.
about that too.
That's the first time I saw
What'd you
Glenkinchie.
think?
Wrong.
95 was a good year
Look
too.
at all the C's.
I'm
They're
going
agreeing
back
with
to
me.
D, man.
From what
I'm
I
going
remember.
back to D.
If you don't know, go C.
I'm going to say B because I like 95. That was a good year.
Yeah, graduated from college.
Yeah.
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 You did?
C, yeah.
What you got? What's the answer, Drew?
Son of a bitch.
Andrew comes in strong in 2001.
Nerd.
That's 4 for me.
Designed by Raymond Davidson and is based on the Copita glass tulip shape.
Yeah.
The Glencairn Company opened in 1981, making decanters and traditional glassware. As of July 2024, more than 25 million have been sold worldwide.
Wish I would have invented him.
Yeah, no kidding.
Do you
It's
know a lot about
great
blowing
glass.
glass?
I don't know anything about blowing anything.
He knows about blowing.
No, I don't.
He was quick to get to that one. I don't know about blowing anything.
Sounds
I will say
defensive.
this,
It's all
boys.
good, man.
I'm glad this glass wasn't in the fight tonight because this Victoriana is
Oh, yeah.
delicious.
I need
to pour some.
Holy moly. All right. I guess that's me. Question 5. What distillery has a
Familial.
familial link to Land Rover commemorated by a special release in 2014? Balvenie, Bamor, Holman, or Old Pulteney?
What are you asking me?
Well, you remember? Don't you remember the bottle that was shaped like a Land Rover?
The family
Oh, yeah.
that owns
No.
Land Rover has some kind of a link to this distillery.
Thank you, Sean.
There you go.
No idea. I don't think it's Pulteney. I don't think it's Kilhoman. Bamor's been around
I'm
forever.
going for more. I'm going B.
I think you're right.
Balvenie, A.
Gosh, Andrew's
Balvenie
like,
seems more connected.
he's 100% right now.
Somebody
Actually,
knock
I'm not,
him
I don't
off.
think I am, but I'm going to say it.
Blocklinger D.
Well,
He's probably right.
I'm gonna say, oh man,
It's got to be Bumore.
it could be Bowmore, but they're on Isla. Does it matter?
Well, yeah, it's country hills. They want to drive in all those hills. I don't know.
I'm gonna go with B.
Blowing smoke. It's Bamore.
Oh, it's Kilhoman. Are
What?
you kidding me?
Son of a bitch.
What was that?
Gosh, Kilhoman was founded by Alexander and Kathy Willis. Kathy's grandfather, Spencer Willis, created the Land Rover with his brother to navigate Isla rough terrain and roads.
You're right.
I was kind of there.
Yep.
Mockera Bay Land Rover Tour was a special release of 465.
Oh, that would be awesome
Bottles.
to have.
Wow.
That's
That's kind of cool.
That is cool.
All right.
So I was kind
whoever-
of in that
You're in the
territory.
ballpark, yeah. makes
Whoever
sense.
created these questions deserves kudos. Yeah.
Well, we'll
right.
thank them at
You're
the
gonna
end.
get there at the end.
All right, question 6. In the 1700s, before the establishment of the 5 current Scotch whiskey regions, which of these regions was not a recognized region? A, Campbelltown, B, Highlands, C, Isla, or D, Lowlands?
We know it's not A
We know it's not A.
Why not?
because A was like the
big
freaking-
one.
It was the
They were the producers.
yeah.
I'm gonna say C.
Yeah, I got to go with C. Because that was part of the Highlands.
That was like out
Oh,
in the
yeah.
in the boondocks back then.
Yeah, that was nobody.
Highlands.
was,
The Highlands is like freaking
Highlands and Lowlands are
Like
Because
like,
you're
Russia.
talking
It's
1700s,
massive.
so you're talking illicit distilling. out
Yeah,
there.
I would think you're right in the Isla there.
So
I would say C as well.
I mean, there was illicit distilling everywhere. Then,
Mark?
but-
we didn't give anybody
I
a
agree
chance,
with
but
C.
yeah, I think,
I
you're-
think C
Everyone's
is
in
the right,
C?
the right
All right.
way to go, but a lot of people are saying A here.
Tom said D. That's bold,
well, he's the wrong guy. So
right? Right?
Well, Tom said A. Just
Whoa,
Three.
whoa.
Campbelltown was added as a protected locality in the Scotch whiskey regulations of 2009. Speyside was also recognized in these same regulations.
Are you kidding me?
So it was just part of
off.
a different.
So Isla
area?
wasn't part. Oh, that's
what in the hell?
Somebody run a
so it looks
fact
like
checker on this.
the thing they had there was Lowlands, Highlands, Speyside, Islands, and Isla and Campbelltown.
Wow.
This don't make
The boys are
damn
pulling out all the
sense.
stumps tonight. Okay.
Man,
I mean, this don't make a lick of sense.
I think I'm going to fail this class.
I haven't gotten one right. What does the word copita mean is in the copita glass?
Copita.
A, coffin, B, copy, C, glass, or D, hoof?
I like hoof.
Oh, well, let me think about what that
What's a
glass
copita glass?
Somebody show me. I wish you'd had a picture
Well,
of
that's-
it. That would
that's
have been
like
really
the-
nice.
I'm
That's-
sure we're going to see it.
So it's a Glencairn that doesn't fan out at the top. It continues to curl in to the very top. That's the
Oh, yeah,
Copita.
so like the SMWS glasses? that we
Exactly.
get?
Those are Copita glasses.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so,
Oh, then that would be more of a
I think it may be D because it's a hoof. It,
Yeah, it's
it
gotta
looks
be a
more
hoof,
like
right?
a kind of a horse hoof.
hoof.
Yeah.
The angle in
It
at the top.
curls up.
Yeah.
That would make sense to me. I don't know. I don't know if copy's right. Glass
I don't
doesn't
think
seem
so.
right.
I
Let's
don't
see what
think
we got
you're
here.
C.
A glass glass.
Everybody's saying D.
What? Glass.
Say what?
So glass. What is now commonly known? Oh, that's who's supposed to read this?
What is now commonly known as the sherry copita was originally referred to as a dock glass. As the name suggests, its origins date from the 16th century, where it was used to nose wine and spirits, often from Spain, to check if the liquor was acceptable and not spoiled.
So it was a glass?
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, it probably wasn't a copita glass. It was a copita.
Okay.
so
Like
Because it probably came from Spanish.
Okay, known as a
And
sherry
they called
copita.
it
Oh,
a
okay.
Is,
copita,
that like
which
Fran-
would
is
be
he a director like Francis
So it's-
Coppola?
So it was a sherry copita.
Francis Ford
Coppola.
Coppola.
Nice try.
Wow.
Bring on the next question.
Sad.
I'm going down.
Question 8. Which Scotch distillery sent its whiskey into space?
All right, I think
We
I
know
get
this.
one
You-
right. I'm
in
getting one right.
2011.
We know this one.
A. Ardbeg, B. Bruichladdich, C. Glenfiddich, or D. Macallan?
Actually, I think I got the first question right too. So I'm not.
Well, if I remember, what was the show, The Expanse?
Mm-hmm.
It was Lagavulin,
Mm-hmm.
which is
Oh, be damned!
But that wasn't
They did have
2011.
Lagavulin in
Correct.
the
Expanse was. I mean, come on, that's like
That's a great
way
show.
way in the future.
for reals.
Found-
Don't,
I did-
don't
by the way,
anybody miss this.
Sci-Fi Foundation, interesting series. Just finished it.
What?
What is that on?
Apple.
No.
Oh, all right.
2011.
So Eric's trying to give answers away as
Pretty
opposed
sure
to taking
it's
a guess.
Big, but
I'm going A.
let's see what the
How'd they
answer
like
get,
a good
how'd
one
they
to
get the
put into
opportunity to
space.
do that is a question for me.
Although,
They asked.
to celebrate the experiment, Ardbeg released the 12-year-old Galileo whiskey.
Galileo.
Although, doesn't it seem like something Macallan would do?
Of course.
Yeah. But Macallan at that point was more,
So-
in 2011, was more of a, keep
If
it.
Ardbeg released a 12-year-old Galileo, would they have spelled it with an E?
Or wouldn't they have?
Whiskey.
Oh, whiskey. Yeah, it should be. You can tell a bourbon guy wrote this.
See, this
Oh,
is trick.
wow.
Trick
I was
stuff,
thinking
man.
the E in Galileo.
I was too. I was like, what?
And I'm like, well, it's spelled right.
Pay
It's spelled
attention,
right.
boys. Pay
Yeah,
attention.
it's okay.
Eric has a
Gift horse in the mouth.
Yeah. Wow.
Jesus.
Question 9. Roughly what percentage of barley grown in Scotland is used for making whiskey with an E?
None.
Note to self, Joe.
Now you
No
can't
E.
see it.
No.
25%, 35%, 48%, or 55%. Hey, look at Wheelhouse Whiskey joining. Good to see that guy.
Heck yeah, man.
Hey, buddy.
Cheers to you.
So
This is a tough one, actually.
I really like that 55% number. It feels good, but it's
Nope.
probably
But there's
too high.
no way.
It's
Yeah.
got to be. I think it's
Right.
48 because it's not a 5.
Right. Oh, that's
just-
cray cray.
Just using my logic. Probably not right, but a fair question.
It's either B or C.
Because barley is a common animal grain.
Right.
Hmm.
I was thinking 35.
I think it's more.
Could be. I'm going to go C.
I guess it depends on how much
Yeah,
grain they grow.
Because of my
in-
uneducated logic.
I like C as well.
Don't they
Andrew.
get a lot of their barley from like Ukraine
Yes.
and other places?
Most of the barley is not Scottish barley.
Yeah, it's more farm,
They,
right?
they don't have enough land to
Yeah,
supply all the
I think
whiskey.
it's 48.
All right,
That's
I'm going
African or
48,
European
man. I
barley.
like that.
55%?
Oh, you won 3 times.
Is that what you picked?
Son of a bitch. No, I
According to the
changed
numbers
C.
from the Scotch Whisky Association, this represents 1.7 tons of spring barley. There are 5,500 strains of barley worldwide, but only 10 are approved for whiskey. So wait a minute, that's not 1.7 tons of spring barley. That must be metric million tons or something, because 1.7 tons creates about 100 liters of whiskey.
I was going to say they only have
Nerd.
one field of barley.
Yeah, exactly. So we got a little issue there, but 55%.
I bet you it's 1.7 million or something.
I just
Could
like
be-
if
it could
you're
be
if you're
million tons.
quiet and just don't do anything, he'll take over the questions and read it for you.
I
That's
will.
cool. I love it.
Oh.
Go ahead, Andrew.
Did
It's
you
your
do
turn.
that for
No.
me, Andrew?
That was mine.
No, what'd you got?
So which Scotch distillery has whiskeys finished in IPA and ice wine casks?
Whiskeys.
Mm.
Oh, yeah. So A. Ardbeg, B. Bruichladdich, C. Glenfiddich, or D. Tamdu?
I can tell you which one doesn't.
Yep. I think it's. I'm pretty sure it's Glenfiddich.
Yeah, it is.
It's got to be the
I think I
fifth.
actually remember having a bottle.
It's
of
not Tamdu.
we
No.
know that.
It. It's not our bag.
You walk up there with an
You wanna read
IPA
that?
cask
No.
and ask
You
if
wanna
they
read the
want to
answer?
finish whiskey, you get punched in the face.
Just for asking.
Can I have your ice wine whiskey? No, you may not.
Excuse me, do you have a Scotch with ice lime whiskey? Go, thank you very much.
No.
That's what the answer is.
I remember doing
Glenfiddich.
the IPA Glenfiddich. Yeah.
The IPA finished whiskey was first released in 2016
I
and
remember
used
that.
a local IPA brewed specifically for this whiskey finishing. Winter Storm is our 21-year-old ice.
I remember both of those at your house.
I remember Winter
That's
Storm.
back in the day when
yeah.
we first started too.
Yeah,
We
you
got
notice
those.
that was years
And-
ago, and they haven't redone it.
And this.
It was not great.
Yeah.
There you go.
They haven't done it since.
Well, I think I batted 30%.
That's why you go with Tamdu.
I'm 300. If you're batting 300 in major leagues, you're
Seem
pretty
okay.
good. That's all right.
I don't think it relates to the same scoring, but go ahead.
That's not bad. Yeah, I'm batting
It's all
300.
right. It's all right.
Well, in baseball, but in trivia, not so much.
No, okay, well.
I think I was like 5 or 6 or 10. Not that great.
Yeah, the beauty of these trivia is it really expands your perspective on what whiskey, on the breadth of what whiskey does. You know, caskings and weird, bottlings and things like that. The barley.
And to defend myself here, if the references to whiskey would have been whiskey without an E as opposed to
So you would have got
I
them right?
Probably would have got those questions
He would
right.
not
I was
have.
thrown off.
I don't think so.
He was confused by African versus European barley.
Thank you. Right. Was that laden or unladen?
Thank you.
across the bridge. None shall pass.
What's your favorite color?
I don't know. Oh, shit.
Some watery tot. Big thanks to Joe and Justin, as always,
Yes.
for the trivia.
That
we
is
give you a
very
hard time,
guys.
but you guys are much appreciated. Thank you so much for
Thank
doing
you
this
for
every
putting it
week for us.
together. Honestly, it's fun. And
Yep.
we do
It's
learn
good
yeah.
that I don't know either because I have obviously no
Yeah.
clue.
Eric Waite missed one.
Maybe we should get Eric Waite to do these for us because no one will get the
Dude,
answers right.
then it'd be like 1 out of 10 if
Yeah,
I
that's
get
right.
that.
I'm trying to feel good about myself.
All right, boys. Well, it's been a fun evening.
So-
Hell yeah.
King of the Hill 2.0.
Yep.
back.
It's
We're
back.
good with it.
2.0.
I like the additions.
So, Glenmo won, right?
No, we did not.
Glenkinchie and Eagle
Rare.
So we will be reaching out to the patrons, whether it's through a patron messages or on the Discord patron channel, just to get some chatter going about what you guys want to see in the fights and see what you want to see get in the ring, and we'll start bearing this down. What's Justin say?
Future barrel picks. Good
You
question.
survived the trivia. Any updates on future barrel picks?
Ooh.
That's a good question, Mark.
Actually, we do have a wee bit of an update for the Virginia Distillery Company. The pick that we made out there, which Justin was there, it's actually going to be bottled and released as part of their, I don't know what their Courage and Conviction Club is. That was
Oh, they're
No, it's different.
No.
Our current bottle is going to be part of that.
that's right.
have a few
Oh,
left
I
that's
misread
going
that.
on.
when
Yeah.
when we
Yeah.
bottle ours, it's gonna be unique to.
Yeah, they're actually gonna put our current bottle that's released into their subscription based.
Oh, I see. So the one that we've got out. So this one right up here.
Correct.
Yes.
Okay, so the one that we picked, we still haven't picked a date for
Correct.
bottling that. Okay, so I just misspoke. Justin, I'm sorry, I misread the email.
But we have lots of things in the works we're stewing on and formulating, so stay tuned. But things are picking up, especially in South Korea.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fun.
We didn't even realize we were hot there.
We were that famous.
There you go. All right, guys. On that note, let's end the call and say thanks to everyone for joining, and we'll see you next week.
Cheers.
everyone.
3, 2, 1.